Hi guys, it's Night Fear, and today I'm coming on to do my wrap up for DraconAthon. This was hosted by Jaded Reader. I ended up reading 8 books, so I didn't complete 2 of the global prompts, but I did complete all of the dragon prompts. And I completed at least one challenge for every dragon. So I think I did pretty good. I did not do the greatest as far as sticking with my original TBR, but I did read some pretty good books. And then I read a couple that weren't all that great, but we'll get into that. So I think I'm going to do the dragon prompts first, and then I'll do the global ones. So for the first dragon prompt for Cheween, it was for poetry, and I read The Dragon's End and other children's poems. The other book did not have any dragon poems in it. This one actually only had one, which was called The Dragon's End, and it was the very last poem in the book. So I did read poetry. One of them had a dragon, so it fits the prompt. Oh, and this was Kevin Bauer. I did rate this 3. These were okay. I mean, it was just nothing great, but it wasn't horrible. So, but it was real quick. Yeah, so that was that one. Then the next one was Nidhogg, and that was to do the morally gray, the villainous POV or main character. This one definitely fit. And that was Damsel by Alana K. Arnold. This book. I gave this one 2 stars. I don't often give books 2 stars, but this one was just, I don't know, it was like vulgar for vulgar's sake almost, and it was just very, I don't know, I didn't really like it. I didn't like it. This was about a prince who rescues a damsel from a dragon and then takes her home, and she can't remember anything. So it's just the story basically of kind of why and what she finds out and things like that. I don't know, I just didn't like it. I actually wanted to read, I think it's called Hood. I think it's Hood by this author, and I'm not sure now if I want to read that book. Let me know down below if you've read both books, if her other one is similar to this one, because if it is, I'm not going to bother, because like I said, and I don't give 2 stars out very often, but did not like that one at all. Oh, now we come to the good ones. So Nana Belay, he is a beautiful cover, and I read A Natural History of Dragons, a memoir by Lady Trent, and this book is by Marie Brennan. This book was wonderful. I gave this 5 stars. I really enjoyed this. I listened to it on audiobook, and really liked it. I did flip through because it does have some illustrations in it. But basically this tells her life story. It's like, this is a real person giving her memoir, and in this book, or in this world, dragons exist, and so she, because it's like dragons exist, but they're back in like Victorian times, kind of. It kind of reminds me of like England, the way they talk about certain things. It isn't, but it kind of reminds me of that, and it, she is a woman, so women can't do anything. They have to ask their fathers, brothers, or husbands. And she kind of breaks the rules a little bit, and she ends up going and finding some dragons. And this is the story of how that all starts in her life. And I really enjoyed it. Like I said, 5 stars. Definitely. I definitely would recommend this one. Now for Tiamat, Rivers or Oceans, I was going to read High Fire by Ian Colfer. I started it, and no. It was like Artemis Fowl. He couldn't curse at all in the books because they were, what are they? They're middle grade, I think. or maybe YA. But anyway, he couldn't curse, so it's like he put all the curse words he possibly could in this book. I mean, it was literally like word, curse, word, curse. And it was just like, it was horrible to read. The story wasn't all that great. I think I got like almost 100 pages, I think. I was listening to it on audio, which made it really cringy and uncomfortable, but I was just like, ugh. So I DNF'd it. I will never try to read that book again. That is a hard DNF. That is a no for me. So I went ahead and started the Tropic of Serpents, another memoir by the Lady Trent by Marie Brennan. This is the second book. And realized that this book actually, they're dealing with a swamp, a river, and it's got a lot to do with the water. So this book fits. And this is just continuing right after this one. And just continues to follow her life and her hunting dragons. And I'm going to be reading the third one soon. So yeah, I want to read all these real quick because these are really good. But I'm waiting for the third one. I'm waiting for the audiobook from my library because I really like to listen to the audiobook because I really like this narrator, and I have her voice now as this woman in my head. So I need to, definitely listen to that. But that's another 5-star. I really, really like that. So, but these are all my physical books that I read. So the rest of them are going to... Actually, I read a couple more on physical, but I had to return them to the library. So you guys are just going to have to deal with my Kindle, showing them to you on my Kindle. So the next one is Angaunt. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce that one or not. But anyway, this is for disaster, chaos, and or poison. For this one, I picked Dragon's Kin by Anne McCaffrey and Todd McCaffrey. This is about a boy whose family are miners on this world. And his father has a watchware, which is like related to the dragons, but they don't know a lot about the watchware. Stuff happens. I don't want to spoil anything. But yeah, it definitely fits. There is definitely a disaster. Actually, I think if I remember right, there's a couple in this one, which causes chaos. And there's poison because, down in the mine, there's poison gases and stuff in the mine. So, it definitely does fit. And we do also see some dragons too in this book. But this one definitely does focus on the mining part of this world and the watchwares more than it does the dragons, which is cool because this is like, I think it's supposed to be like the 17th. I have not read these books in order. I think I'm going to try to I know I'm going to buy all of the Dragon Riders of Pern books. But then once I get them all, I think I'm just going to read them in order and see if that even enhances the stories more. Because, I've just kind of picked and choose what I wanted to read when, and So, because at the time earlier, I didn't realize there really was an order you were supposed to read them in. So, yeah, but now I do. So we'll work on that. Okay, so that's all of the dragon prompts. So now the global prompts for Chiwin. I'm not pronouncing these very good. Sorry, guys. But this one was to read China or Asia. I actually read China. And this is The Ones We're Meant to Find by Joan He. And Dragon's Kin I gave 5 stars. I don't think I said that. Sorry, guys. This book, this is one I really was looking forward to reading. This one was weird. You're getting this 2 views you're getting from the sisters. And you're not sure like when, where, how, what's going on. And by the end, it's like, whoa, it's just, I don't know. And I liked it. I did not like the ending. I wanted it a little more, like, I don't mind open endings if they're not too open. I don't like way open endings where it's just like very vague and it could go anywhere. Because it's too open for me. That's just my opinion. And this had one of those endings that was like, you think you kind of know, but it's like you didn't. And I wanted to see more of exactly what was going to happen. But so for that, I gave it 4 stars. But I really liked this book. There were a lot of parts in it that were really sad. And some twists that I didn't quite see. So yeah, I'd recommend you check this one out. It's definitely a sci-fi. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Like I said, I just wish the ending was just a little more, just wrapped up just a little better. So for Nidhogg, this one was Scandinavian Europe. I read The Viking's Bride by Darlene Midrup. This one was okay. It was short, but it was very... Okay, so I am a Christian, but this one was even too much God talk in this book for me. It was just like, I mean, just every, I don't know. It just wasn't quite what I wanted. And it wasn't really the story I wanted. It seemed like everything was very convenient. It wasn't like, I don't know. It just wasn't what I wanted. It was okay. I gave it 3 stars. But it's basically this girl, who, was a warrior. She got hurt. She converted to Christianity, and her father arranges a marriage for her. And so the Viking comes to collect her, and then it kind of goes from there. And I thought like they were going to really go off no, they stay with her family. And so it just, I don't know. It just wasn't what I wanted. And it was really, really short, which I was kind of disappointed about too. But yeah, I mean, it was just okay. But I like reading about Vikings. It was, so, and I did say I gave 3 stars. Okay, so for Nana Ballet, I didn't read. I was going to read Son of the Storm. Still want to read that one. I just didn't get to it. For Tiamat, it was supposed to be Iraq or Middle East. Did not even find a book for that one. I didn't read as much as I wanted to. I did a couple of mood reads and just, I don't know, this month wasn't a great reading month for me. I mean, it was still good because I still got to at least my 15, and maybe it'll be 16 by the time I finish the book. Hopefully I'm trying to finish a book today. So, but, yeah, so I didn't get to all the books I wanted to. I also did not read the group book because I kept hearing such horrible things and people really didn't like it. So I'm already having a bad reading month and I didn't want to start a book that most people didn't like. And I've already read that one, which I didn't like. So I just didn't read the group book, Blaze Wraith Games. I might go back and read it sometime, but just not this month. So the last book that I did read and I read it for Agaunt, which was the Wyandot Huron people, or the indigenous North America. I did end up reading Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. And this was 5 stars. This book was amazing. I cannot wait for the next one to come out. It needs to hurry up and get here because I want to read it. But this one, basically is about, we're seeing a young boy and his mother is turning him into a god, basically. And then we also follow a female pirate, and she's bisexual, which is really cool. And she gets into a lot of trouble. And they end up, coming together, and stuff happens. And it's just, it's so good. And the perspectives were interesting because we also get a perspective of the priest. Oh, I can't remember what they call it. The sun priest. Is it the sun priest? The sun something priest? I can't remember what they call her now. But that perspective is interesting. And also, and the way it ends, it's like, I want to see what happens to these characters. And because it's just like, it's going to be an all-out war, I have a feeling. And that's not really a spoiler because you can tell that's kind of where it's going because it's kind of a revenge type story. But it was just so good, and I loved the way the world and the myths and the just how she wrote these characters. I really enjoyed the pirate. She's a trip, and how naive the boy god is. Well, I mean, we follow him, and he's not quite a boy anymore, but he's just very naive because he was just, and we have his backstory where, we're shown where he's taught and how he's becoming what he turns out to be. And it's just so good. But yeah, I definitely highly recommend this book. But yeah, whenever it comes out, as soon as I can get a hold of it, I will be reading the second one. And actually, I can't remember. I know she wrote another story. I might have to check that one out too, and see what that one's like, because I loved her writing. So, but anyway, yeah. So that was definitely 5 stars. So yeah, that's what I read for DraconAthon. I really enjoyed most of the books, and the ones I enjoyed, I really enjoyed. And I found this series. So yeah, I'm really, really glad I participated, and love reading dragon books. Like I said, I would highly recommend these, and definitely Black Sun. And of course, always I recommend Anne McCaffrey because I love her books. Yeah, guys, so let me know down below if you participated or have read any of these books. Yeah, and like I said, I'm really glad that I ended up participating in this readathon. It was really a lot of fun. Please remember to always be kind to one another, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.